This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Sunday, May the 30th, race number 8 at Santa Anita. It's the Grade 2 Summertime Oaks for 3-year-old fillies. Before we get to the analysis, of course, it's Memorial Day weekend, and of course, DRF has you covered with its Memorial Day sale. Save up to 50% on select handicapping products. DRF.com/Memorial Day is where you go for all the information. Here's the field for the Summertime Oaks. You can download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. The number 4, Soothsay, a perfect 2 for 2, 4 to 5 on the morning line. Mike, off a perfect trip win against a suspect field.
Yeah, only faced 3 others in that Grade 2 win, Dan. She's not facing much in this race either. Another short field. She's run very well in both of her starts so far.
Stretch out sprinter number 1, Lady Aces, drew the inside, and this horse might contest the pace. Taking a look at the time form U.S. pace projector, Lady Aces, yes, she is in front in a blue bar situation that could favor horses on or near the early lead. This filly has a lot of upside, and looking at her pedigree, the distance should not be an issue.
Yeah, she's supposed to stretch out. She's run well in both of her starts so far. They're going to step her up in class here right off of a maiden win, Dan. But, I mean, it's hard to argue with this placement for her. She is facing, a couple of pretty decent dirt horses, but 2 horses who don't have a ton of speed, and then 2 other horses in here who just seem like they don't belong in a race like this. So pretty good spot for her. I'd be shocked if they weren't sending this horse from the gate.
Let's watch Lady Ace's maiden win earlier this month, going 3/4 of a mile. Up close to the pace. She's a little bit green looking at the stands, but once she gets to about the 8th pole, Mike, and switches over to her right lead, she settles it very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't much of a field, Dan. She got a good trip in this race. I like how she got herself into position. She cruised up on that 6-5 favorite there, the number 1 on the turn, put her away pretty nicely through the stretch and went on with it. I thought she ran really well in there. Her debut was also a very useful effort in there. It looked like a race she really needed, but she showed some run that day. I have a feeling this horse could be pretty good.
The number 2, Crazy Beautiful's best race probably puts her either in the mix or in the winner's circle. I'm just not sure where she is from a form standpoint. She was a pretty good 2-year-old, but if we look at her 3 races this year, the Devona Dale was a little bit of a disappointment off the layoff. She got beat by 1,000,000 to 1 shot. She won the Gulfstream Park Oaks, but let's be honest, that was a really weak field. And on the Kentucky Oaks, she just sort of dropped far back, swung wide, and really didn't do any damage in the lane. Likely overmatched in the Kentucky Oaks. She gets a class drop here. If the good Crazy Beautiful shows up, she'll be a handful.
I mean, it's definitely the right spot for her. So we'll see if she shows up and her good race is good enough to beat this field, Dan. Don't think she has as much upside as the 2 other horses that she has to beat. And at the end of the day, not only doesn't she have that much speed, which could be a problem, I mean, where's her fast race? She's already run 8 times, and she is pretty good, but she's not fast.
Plum Sexy, the number 3, is going to be making her dirt debut. Talk about a tough spot and kind of a turfy pedigree, isn't it? The dam one on the turf, family of turf and synthetic horses. They're taking a shot.
Yeah, it's all grass on the bottom of this pedigree. Even her turf form doesn't make her any kind of a player in this race. They're just going to have to hope that she's way better on this surface. I have absolutely no problem with them taking a shot in this race, Dan, because when you enter these graded stakes races out there in California, you're not facing big fields, and she's not facing a big field, but is she any good?
Number 4, Soothsay, 4 to 5 morning line favorite, proved 2 turns wasn't an issue when she won the Santa Anita Oaks in her second lifetime start. Let's watch that race. They just let the rail completely open up for her on the backstretch, and Flavien Prat took it. Not only did she take it, she was able to take the lead, and Beautiful Gift makes a run at her in the stretch. Soothsay's game to win. She gets a fig. Beautiful Gift came back and didn't run very well at Pimlico in the Black-Eyed Susan.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, who knows how good either Beautiful Gift or Miraz are. I would argue that they're 2 horses who would be pretty competitive in this field, though. There's just not that much in here. I have no knocks on Soothsay, Dan. She's well-bred. She ran really well, I thought, winning her career debut sprinting. And at the end of the day, she did what she had to do last time. She sat in a really good trip all the way. She was never far away from that pace. When the rail was open, she went early to take charge of that race, and she held off a decent horse in Beautiful Gift. To me, she's way the horse to beat in here.
50-1 morning line in a 5-horse field. It's the 5 Absolute Scenes, whose only win came over a synthetic track in England last year. Third start of the form cycle for Richard Baltas after a couple of turf races that didn't go well, but something tells me they're going to let her try to roll early.
Yeah, maybe she'll show speed in this race. Hard to endorse off of her 3 stateside starts so far.
Top pick time for our Sunday race of the day, the Grade 2 Summertime Oaks. You're going with Lady Aces, and I can certainly understand why. Lots of upside potential, and perhaps is going to control this race.
Yeah, they should just go from the rail and see if she's good enough. Yeah, maybe she won't be, but I think this horse could be pretty good. I don't really like Crazy Beautiful that much in this race. Soothsay, to me, is way the horse to beat. I'll try to beat her with Lady Aces.
I agree that Soothsay is the horse to beat. I think Crazy Beautiful is just going to get the class relief that she needs in here. And if they actually do go a little bit faster than expected, I think she'll make a good run. 2-4-1-5 for me, 1-4-2-3 for Mike. Summertime Oaks is your Sunday race of the day. Good luck.